The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour. With me, your excellent host, and of course, it doesn't matter where you're at, as long as you're here at this time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So what do we have? Well, we're up 38 points on the S&P cash as we, I suspect, go out and try to test 4,600 on the S&P cash. Volume hadn't been great, especially in a lot of individual stocks. But everybody kind of ramping it up, thinking that the sky's the limit. Apple 152.55 as it goes into earnings tonight, with many others. We've got Apple, Amazon, Starbucks, United States Steel, Skechers, Gilead, Western Digital, MicroStrategy, Deckers, Vail, and Yamana Gold. Not generally a big mover on earnings, but that'll be out tonight. And then we go back and look into Friday morning, where we've got Exxon Mobil, Chevron, Royal Caribbean Cruises, Colgate, Palmolive, Weyerhaeuser, Phillips 66, Shaw Communications, Huntsman's, Charter Communications, Cohen Group, L3 Harris, Kamiko, which we talk about a lot on the show. So we got several things coming up. Yesterday we had a caller that was thinking about shorting Apple. For some reason I had earnings, maybe because he said, and I didn't check it, about last night, but it was tonight. Again, we got a little pop out here. I'd probably say that it doesn't go very far after earnings tonight. See how close we are. But even yesterday, options were pretty much balanced. When I looked at them about 30 minutes ago, they continue. So I'm not expecting a lot of movement after earnings on it. We'll look at the rest. We got other things going on in the market as we speak. Of course, nothing but earnings. During the noon hour, we had a giant mess up by the folks at CNBC. They generally are pretty smarter than this. They let a big fund manager talk about a over-the-counter stock, and it went from a low of $9 today to, depending on who you look at and whose feed, 25 or 30 bucks. It's back trading about $12.50. There's a reason why CNBC has a rule on those, and how it let it through is beyond me, but they did it again. Last time it happened, they canned whoever came on. I think it was some kind of contributor, but it hadn't happened in a while. But again, you got to watch out for that. I don't know if anybody wanted to be short this, but not a lot of recourse if you were in a over-the-counter stock. You're pretty much screwed. There is no NASDAQ. There is no New York Stock Exchange to save your bacon on this. Hopefully you weren't long or bought it thinking it was a regular stock, sitting there in your pajamas. But there's the quick, the dead, and those who trade what they don't know. So NWINF, which is some kind of wine company thing that looks dubious at best. I'm wondering how many of those shares the supposed great Swami of fund, whatever fund he was with, got out of. But looks like $12.25. I don't think anybody's going to step in to help anybody. It's tough enough on a NASDAQ or a NYSE stock, much less in the wild, wild west of just getting screwed of over-the-counter stocks. And as we speak, there's a big fake book thing going on. Supposedly, we're supposed to have a new name by the end of all this today. I've been watching that closely. Many of you sent in Monday or Tuesday our suggestions for new names for Mr. Zuckerberg. Enron was one. We had a lot of others. I kind of thought that would be an apropos one, but facing a lot of headaches and coming up with the big blowhardy metaverse thing has got them up a little bit today on plus $7. In the long run, this is just yet another technology that really for Facebook has never paid off. Microsoft, on the other hand, has actually sold a ton of VR, augmented reality glasses to the military and started to cash in. Facebook thinks it's going to sell a lot of $300 glasses or headsets. Microsoft sold a lot of $3,500 headsets with $1,000 copy software. And the military seems to be happy with that. The idea of trying to get something to the lowest common denominator in the early innings of anything seems to be always a tough sell. But keep an eye on that. They're going to continue the PR machine as they have to dodge a lot of bottles and rotten fruit for the CEO of Facebook, and probably not a guy who deserves it more, but you never know. Other names you can send to me at path@tfnn.com. You can call at 877-927-6648. And, of course, you can always leave a message in the den. First New Jersey Securities. Yep. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. You know that one. Okay. Keep an eye on all this stuff. Again, I got all cash going into the close here today. I'm not exactly sure what to see. As I said, I don't think we're going to see a great deal of movement in Apple. But generally, I don't like to see a $3 pop in it either. But I don't think you're ever going to beat the spread on the options. I'd still be somebody who put in a spread if I was going to do anything at all, and I am not. So you can take that for what it's worth. Some of the other stocks I've been keeping an eye on when we come back, do a little bit of history, and then move on to other things. But keep an eye out for this thing. What is it? Naked Wines. Who knows about that? We'll be back in again.
Are you grinding in the market, but seeing little to no return? Or are you a successful trader, simply looking to make your job a little easier? Learn to take the path of least resistance with David White's powerful trading newsletter. David White is an accomplished trader whose deep understanding of technology and the markets allows him to consistently find and share winning trades. Support and resistance define the ranges in which stocks trade. By understanding these trading ranges, David White is able to find the path of least resistance. David White's trading newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, is delivered daily before the markets open to make every trading day an easy win. Visit TFNN.com today and subscribe to David White's Ultimate Trading Newsletter for $119 a month. And try all of our newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Take the path of least resistance at TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
And we're back. Do we have Andre on the phone again today? Are you there?
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Good.
Good. No problem. I checked the earnings. Hey, you can't be right about everything, you know.
No.
Did
But I
you
did
say that
correct
the
it.
earnings were going to be yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I thought you
But
said
anyway,
that, and then I looked at it.
I've got a nice trade set up on the Apple for the short term. I know that you're a more long-term trader. I found this a good tell on Apple is that on the earnings day, which is today, if we see a little rally, which is what $3 up and change, it goes the other way. And I'm thinking, I shorted at 153. I got short. I got the stop loss at 160. So I'm playing it this way. I think after the earnings, you'll see a pop, maybe to 156, 157. Then they're going to slam it down after the usual thing after the numbers. That's kind of how I'm playing. But it's amazing how each earnings, there's 4 of them, that if Apple's up, the other way it works, if it's down on the earnings day before the earnings are out, then it's up. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, but not statistically.
Well, I know.
Hey,
I think it was 3 out of the 4, so 75%.
Yeah, I got it.
And
Yeah,
I'm looking at the fundamentals. How can they come out and say they're going to sell a lot of iPhones here at 1,300, 1,400? The consumers dying
fundamentals.
out there. The supply chain.
Yeah, fundamentals really don't matter that much right now for it. So it's all about everybody thinking that's what they want to buy. There was an old saying back in the stock market in the 80s and 90s, and that is no fund manager ever got fired for buying IBM, whether it did well or not. That's the same thing. Everybody's in this. It's highly owned by all the funds. Everybody's in. So even if it does bad, they'll all be out saying how good it is tomorrow. So anyway, statistically meaningless that the last 3 or 4 did that. Most people shy away from statistics, but you've got to have a lot of that kind of stuff to actually mean anything. One of the reasons why I almost never talk about the Dow is that for the stock market, you need to have about any index to really be significant. You need to have about 325 stocks for the amount of stocks and different things that trade in the market to be a broad market thing. And most people think, well, what am I going to do? 30 stocks, all 96% institutionally owned in the Dow, probably pretty worthless. Same reason why I don't spend a lot of time on the NASDAQ. That is because 6 stocks make 60% of a 100 stock index. One of the books, have you ever read Fooled by Randomness?
No.
I would read
Sounds
that.
like a good book.
Huh?
Who was the author on?
Nassim Taleb.
Oh, Taleb.
Yeah. So I wouldn't
out.
say everything he has applies to the home trader, but a lot of it does. He just a lot of what he has talks about or is about a big fund manager. So he's got some other stuff that he does, but statistically, he's pretty good on what matters, and will get you probably past the thinking that is probably the equivalent of the NFL won this year, so the stock market's going up. Those things are always always interesting, but they're worthless, right? You just you need to have some kind of sense when you say something like 3 out of the last 4. Certainly, a trend doesn't mean the trend holds now. Apple, the one big thing I don't. One of the reasons why I didn't think yesterday Apple was much of a mover was that it doesn't have a lot of people that are short it. So normally, if you can find somebody off sides, a ton of people that are short, and they come out with decent earnings, it'll run anyway. They don't have a lot of that, either on the dailies or on the bi-monthlies. So there's just not enough to move it up. When I look at it today, I would say 157 if things are good, and maybe 150 if things are bad. So I don't see that much. Still don't see that much of a movement in it. Generally, either everybody is way too rosy or way too bearish, and I don't see either one of that in Apple's either technicals or the fundamentals or in the shorts or anything else.
You bet.
Okay.
Larry Pesavento would be interested to know that it hit 78.2 on the, I know a trader, Duba, and he called it Dubonacci. The Fibonacci number 78.2 was called Dubonacci. That 153. So I'm playing that, and I'm just looking for, I think we're going to go down to 146. Maybe a pop, like you say, 157. I'm just looking for a day trade, and I really appreciate all your good work. And thanks for all your good information.
You bet. Have a good day. Okay, we're going to go on to some of the others. A lot of earnings out here. Hopefully we can get through these before we get into the earnings this evening. Bavi, not much going on. Align Technology, this is the company that makes the clear, what are they, braces that you wear at night. Nice pop. This thing had been all over the place. It's very tough to trade, but was flat going into earnings. Again, this is one of the ones where I looked at this and, if you're going to be off sides on this, you don't want the thing to even be just okay. You got to have this be a blowout to the downside. But this company had a lot of people that were short, about 3 days to cover on it. And for a $600 stock or $700 stock, that is a ton. Other stocks out here, Aon, AON is the symbol on this one. And it didn't do a whole lot. Booz Hamilton, this is the company that was Planeteer before Planeteer was Planeteer, down kind of on the sides. Other things, Boot, this is Boot Barn. Kind of weird to see retail stocks like this actually do okay, but it went up to 106.93, gave a great deal of that back. Some decent volume out there. As we said, CCJ Friday morning. So we'll see about that. Not a lot of volume, but at support. What do we have? Charter Communications. Back down to the previous low on about half the volume. Did break the 680, 344, got to 680, 85 today, but just about half the volume. So that actually looks fairly good. To Colgate, Palmolive, a little bit higher, about half the volume of yesterday. Cohen Group, not much going on that. When we get back, we'll look at eBay, who dropped the chalupa. Back in a minute.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And as we come back, let's see what we got. 38 in the S&P. I figure they're going to try to push it to 4,600 for Apple earnings at the close. So you probably got 10 points by the end of the day. Dow up 180, NASDAQ up 192, Russell up 40. Crude oil, down 15, was down a buck or so earlier. When we look at gold, up $4.60. And of course, And TLT taking a little bit of a turn backwards out here. Delete signals, confirm. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that for the rest of the day, but it just market looks fairly tired. We got a lot of topping signals on Tuesday. Most of those have held. A handful of stocks have gotten higher to drive the market back up, but it's not as clear or robust as you would think. 7.3 billion shares on the day so far. Yeah, I'm not sure why the dollar took a big header. I think it was everybody thought that the big spending things were done, and then kind of like Friday the 13th, they keep coming back with stupid ideas that no one wants to hear about, and back with yet another stupid idea that maybe even a little bit more nebulous than all the ones before, probably got the dollar moving out here. Other things going on. We'll go back to earnings. As we said, eBay. Don't really know who uses eBay much anymore. Everything I see on it tends to be kind of an outlet for Chinese stuff that's marked up from Alibaba. But you're right back down on 14 million shares. Just don't see much in this long term. But of course, they continue to buy other companies that do well. But eBay, the core property, not all that exciting. Ford Motor Company's got an abandoned baby possibly up here. You want to see if this gaps down tomorrow. I'm not predicting it, just saying that would be one of those kind of flags out there. I think a lot of people were short going into this. They did a better job than most in working around chip shortages. As we said on the show before, a lot of the Ford F-150s, which are flying off the lots as soon as they get there, they've been able to order a lot of the mechanical steam gauges that used to populate a lot of these from Mexico. So it really hasn't held them up as much as one would think on the best-selling truck and, of course, the one that they make pretty much the most money on. So not kind of surprised. A lot of people are betting on Ford. The other manufacturers haven't done as well. Okay. Yep. Too many shorts in the euro, someone says. GWW makes me think of gross weight on the side of a truck. WW Granger, and down a little bit. HUN, which is Huntsman. It kind of went down a little bit more yesterday, not much. IMGN, Imugen, no movement so far yet. iRobot, again, another stock that tends to be heavily shorted. Let's take a quick look at that. See if they have much. IRBT. This one's been on sale for a long time. Yeah, not much in the way of shorts. Woo. I should have remembered this one. 17 days to cover. Man, I would have been on all over this morning on the downside. 17 days to cover. Wow. That's just asking to get a variety of things, which I can't say over the air, done to. KLA 10 core, nice spike, gave it all up back in the trading range, got to 388.99 today, which makes me think of Micron, which I think we talked about. A little disappointing. I thought that this would get above 70 and maybe put you back in the buyers on the buy side on this. It fooled around, I think, to about $70.30 or so when I was watching it, and did okay. But it only lasted about 30 minutes and then gave it all back up, pulled back in. Let's see. We got some more emails here. Let's see. Can you look at Team? TEAM. Okay. Expansions. Okay, question about the ABCs on this, and I'll zoom in here so you can see at home. In fact, let's do this. Get even a little closer. I would pick up out here at around 313, 310. The B point at 320, the C point, which gives you a 42% retracement. You know what? You see, just the 1-to-1 is 482. So the 1-to-1 382 is 523. The 1-to-1.5 is 535, and the 1-to-618 is 548. So I don't know. Okay, he's looking at different ones. The ones I'm looking at would be right there. You gapped up back here on to July 30th. That would start that ABC on the way back up. So, yeah, do you have a positive? The one thing I dislike is that you did close back below the previous B point, and that's never a good sign out here. So, yeah, you certainly have them. I just do not like it when you get a pullback into that. That's generally a consolidation pattern before you continue an ABC up if you're going to. So you may have a few weeks of this thing going around, I don't know, 410 to 450 or so before it consolidates those wins out. So why it's not bad, I'm not particularly enamored with the short term on team. LAZ to Lazard. It's back underneath, but I did that yesterday. A little bit more, but not able to crack above the 3x3. L3 Harris, fair disclosure, this is the company that bought my company. Down on fairly heavy volume. Yeah, not much going on here. You got to go back and test 216.38, that October 4th low of is that this year? I can't. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
And we're back. Peter asked whether Old Republic is a ABC on the way back up. Really, it is more of a consolidation of a longer term move up. And today is a breakout of that trading range. And a big reversal. This is what just the opposite of dark cloud cover. This is a giant engulfing candle. The one thing I dislike is you don't have the kind of volume that normally you get in these. Maybe it's because it's not a big tech company or something. It's in the insurance business, but it looks good. By the end of the day, you're probably going to have more volume. I just think that you probably ought to have 3 or 4 million shares on it. That means that you could pull back to 25.50 or so. In fact, if you're kind of a longer term trader and wanted to buy it, that's probably what you would look at as a pullback, maybe 25.25 on light volume. It's not a bad looking stock. It's just kind of boring. So probably not a lot of people wanting to talk about it these days, but good pattern. Just doesn't have much to do with the ABC as far as I can tell. Okay. And not much going on in LYB, MGI, MoneyGram. With Vimo and a lot of the other stuff, hard to really get all excited about sending MoneyGrams. But you've got some fairly decent volume on the downside. Annaly Capital Management. This is one that was up a long time ago. Let's see if I can't find how long ago. Yeah. All I remember this was Kramer whipped this one forever. And I can't remember the outcome of it other than maybe it didn't do so much. Down on some decent volume today, probably going back to $7.97. That's the July 19th candle. You had 26 million shares there. You did kind of get a light test at 806, so probably somewhere in that area is support on that. NOW, which is ServiceNow, just hanging at the highs, had some decent volume today, but didn't break out. You want to watch that over the next couple of days. NWL, Newell Rubbermaid, everything is on that. I just don't know how big all those, what is it? I want to say, not Ziploc, but what is it? The Tupperware things are doing. They make other stuff too, but back down on just slightly lighter volume so far today. Question is whether or not that holds or get more before the end of the day. O'Reilly Auto Parts, kind of interesting to finally see these guys fail. on an earnings report. They've done it before, but it hadn't been very often. Fairly significant downside to 613 tonight or today. And like I said, I tend to do a lot of my work on other stuff. So I go by the auto parts store, work on some of my old cars and stuff and motorcycles. So pick up oil, that kind of stuff. But they haven't been busy lately. I probably should have picked up on that. But that's a little anecdotal for the ones around me. But, yeah, down. At some point, cars can't get any older. And maybe they are not getting some parts. But I didn't read why they went down. Phillips 66, 3 moves down into the gulp. That's at support. A few of these are tomorrow morning, by the way. Royal Caribbean cruises. And we're starting to see more cruises here out of Tampa. But I don't know. Don't see a lot going into that. Everybody's always short, and if they do any kind of thing, you're probably going to get a squeeze yet again on it. Ruth's Hospitality Group, and of course, Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Steak, the best meat that there is. Just going sideways out there. Save, Spirit Airlines, people not going to do much or say much on that. SJR, which is Shaw Communications, up a bit. No volume on that one. Sleep Number Beds did pop, gave it all back up already. Again, starting to see different areas of the country where the markets have been red hot for real estate. And, of course, you buy real estate and a house, and you buy a new bed. Well, these things tend to look fairly correlated, and they tend to be. And I think those numbers that came out at about 10 o'clock on housing put the kibosh, that's a technical trading term, the kibosh on Sleep Numbers today. SU, which is Suncor Energy, a nice big candle with all the volume in the world, maybe a little bit too much in the very short term. This may consolidate out, but you broke above the previous highs. Looks like you're going to hold it and on volume. So everything you want. T-Doc, talk about a wide-ranging candle today. Opened lower up to 153 today. Let's go ahead and read the description on this just to make sure so I don't tell anybody anything wrong on it. Teladoc provides virtual health care services on a business-to-business basis on the United States and internationally. Covers very clinical conditions, including non-critical episodic care, chronic complicated cases like cancer, congestive heart failure. Teladoc. When you can't be there, send the Teladoc, I guess. Big volume out here, though. Nice day. Doesn't quite get you back up above the 156. My guess is going to slowly go back up and test 180. Twillo, as we said, you get into a lot of these out here. Let's go back into this one here. Of course, cloud communications programs. We've talked about how hard it is for anybody to compete against Microsoft's Azure, Amazon's web services, and Google's web services. They're really a lot more like a Zoom thing. They tend to do a lot more for embedded voice and messaging and email applications. But I don't know how anybody long-term really competes with them. It looks like you're going to blow through the 275 low that we had back on May 13th. That only had 3.5 million shares. You got 17 million shares today. So let the carnage begin on Twillo. Y Burns. What is it? Oh, go to Burns Steakhouse too. Well, that's local, right? You go to Ruth Chris anywhere. Burns, yeah, that's the one to go to in Tampa. Burns Steakhouse. Back in.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And we continue with the week. The Super Bowl week of earnings only happens 4 times a year. But probably the big one tonight is Apple. So everybody will keep an eye on that. Weyerhaeuser down. Don't see a lot. That's not one you want to start seeing headed down over the next couple of days. Keep an eye on that and the housing market. As I said, we've seen a couple of markets. The most overheated, Boise, Idaho, of people trying to abscond from California and going to places unknown like that. That market has cracked. Probably going to see more of that market crack of different ones around the area. But keep an eye on it. Okay, we've got a couple more. Xilinx keeps on thinking maybe it'll get bought out and down a little bit on very light volume out here. XOM, still above the 3x3, so no real signal on that. Yum, very hard for me to believe that the Chinese are not going to run this out of the country just like they have every other company that's gone to China, only to leave and be escorted out on the tiers of investors, but not as bad as one would think for selling fried chicken in China. But that's kind of it. As we go to the scoreboard, 45.88 on the S&P cash, 7.7 billion shares on the CBOE. That's what I'm watching. And, of course, it'll be a lot about what Apple says tonight, but it's going to probably be mixed with we're going to sell a lot of iPhones and earbuds. And there's, a little bit of problem with getting parts, but we can throw money at the problem because we're making 65% margins. So maybe the margins come down a little bit, but volume remains high as the 747 Christmas. 8. See you tomorrow.